Okay, under normal circumstances, I would start the video with my usual, hello internet, I'm the hero Julios, all that stuff, but I just wanted to be sure that whoever clicks on this video, that there is a spoiler for One Piece. And I know that sounds kind of silly considering the title of the video is literally Chapter 999 Summary, so you know that I'm going to be talking about the newest chapter, but I feel that this chapter is worth reading before you get someone else's opinion on it. So just click off this video, pause it, whatever you got to do, find somewhere to read it, read the chapter, then come back here because it's I felt it was a big revelation. I thought it was a cool thing to see on my own, not to find out from someone else. So I just want to be sure that everybody knows before watching the rest of this video. Okay? Okay, welcome back. Hello Internet, I am the hero of Julios, once again with another One Piece chapter summary. This week's chapter is chapter 999, The Sake I Brew While Waiting for You. So, the cover art is the first half of chapter 1000's cover art, which is a series first, if I believe correctly, where we only get to see half of it, but it's a recreation of chapter 100's cover, where we had all the Straw Hats together with treasure and stuff, and the big fancy skull and the crossbones at the top of the artwork. And it includes, Robin and Frankie. It's probably going to have Jinbei on the other half of it, and we're going to see, all the Straw Hats that weren't there when it first started. Just like how in the first chapter, Romance Dawn, well, I don't think it was exactly the first chapter, but when we saw Romance Dawn, we had, Luffy, Zoro, and Nami with Red Hair Shanks' crew. Then when the crew was finally back together after the time skip, Oda redid that artwork as the without the red hair pirates, but with the rest of the crew in their post time skip looks. So I think that's really cool. That's a really great way to that's a really great thing to choose to recreate because chapter 100, chapter 1000, both are huge milestones in a manga's life. Yeah, all the other, 100 chapters are big milestones too, because anytime you write 100 chapters of something, that's pretty intense. But a lot of mangas have made it to the 300, the 400 mark. Not a lot can say, hey, we're 1,000 chapters long and gonna be 1,000 episodes long once the anime gets that far. And I talked about the previous hundreds chapters, and maybe I'll do a video on the previous hundreds episodes when the anime gets that far. So anyways, the chapter begins with Ace and Yamato going at it in a big, clash because even though Yamato isn't really keen on protecting this island, she still felt the urge to fight against Ace, and even Ace was Ace was impressed that even someone this strong wasn't the captain of the crew. He was nowhere near the strength that Kaido was at the time if he couldn't even get past Kaido's daughter. On that note, Ace was shocked to hear that Yamato was Kaido's daughter. I should probably have mentioned that this is a flashback. Ace did not come back magically. But yes, this is Yamato explaining to Momonosuke and Shinobu about how the dragon statue got destroyed. So Ace and his crew, they talk with Yamato and about the chains and all that, and Ace tells her, it doesn't really matter who your dad is. Ace would know more than anyone, being the son of Roger. But someday, you should go out to see yourself. And the two of them, become good friends. And it turns out Yamato is actually the one who damaged Kaido's sculpture, the big dragon sculpture. Ace decides, to punch it right after with his fire fist. But it's interesting that Yamato didn't say that in the last chapter. She said Ace damaged it. As Ace and Yamato become good friends, Yamato asks Ace about the outside world. With Wano being so isolationist, it's really hard to learn information about that. And Ace says, yeah, there's some guy named Cavan something. He's talking about Cavendish, obviously. But in the blues, there's, Trafficker Law, there's some kid named Captain Kidd, there's a dude named Beige out there, and they're all, causing quite a stir in their respective oceans right now. However, the most powerful pirate of that group hasn't even set out yet. And Yamato goes, "Oh, who's that?" And he goes, "My little brother, Monkey D. Luffy." And so Ace obviously is already very proud of Luffy, and Luffy hasn't even set out to sea. He's such a nice older brother. He's such a caring guy. So it's seeing this, it tugs at the heartstrings. It makes you think about Ace. It makes you sad that he doesn't get to see the kind of pirate that Luffy became, and that's a bummer. It's kind of sad. This ties Luffy closer to Wano, though, as we see a little bit later. Marco has a flashback, but we'll talk about that in a moment. So, speaking of what's going on in present day, apparently Tama is talking to Nami about Luffy, and Luffy, tells her not to be too, don't be so sad about not knowing that Ace was Luffy's brother. Tama finally finds out that Ace is Luffy's brother. She feels a little guilty. She's actually pretty shocked. Momo is also pretty shocked when he finds out that this Ace guy was Roger's son and Luffy's older brother. So you got two shook 8-year-olds in the middle of all this. But what I'm interested in is how Nami and Tama are talking about this plan that Tama has. Now, a lot of people have been tossing around this theory that because Tama can control animals with her dango, and she can control smile users with her dango, can Tama control regular zones? It's weird for Chopper because Chopper was a reindeer first, so theoretically her dango could work on Chopper, but could her dango work on Rob Lucci? Could her dango work on Kaku? Could her dango work on Kaido? Could her dango work on the Allosaurus? Page 1. No, page 1's a Spinosaurus. Allosaurus is X-Drake. Anyways, the plan hasn't really been stated. I'm sure we're going to find out what the plan is either in the Great Chapter 1000 or Chapter 1001. Chapter 1002 may come, a little bit later. We're still not really sure what's going to happen in this massive, hyped up chapter that we're not getting until 2021. But that's okay, because now we have something to look forward to. We have a reason to finish this year off, because we got to make it to 1000. So as I mentioned in my last chapter summary, Marco was offering to take Zoro, Brook, and Robin up to the top. I had a little footnote there correcting what I said, because I said, just Zoro. Turns out that footnote was unnecessary, as circumstances have caused Robin and Brook to take the stairs, which means Zoro and Marco are probably going to be the first ones to get up there. It's not going to be easy, however, as both King and Queen are standing in their way. We even see that Queen, in his Brachio form, keeps a gun inside of his throat. I don't know if that's something that just unfolds and activates when he transforms, or if he just keeps a pistol in his throat when he's human, and then it extends when he transforms, or more research is required. So after that, Marco has a flashback of his own, thinking about Ace, having found out about Wano. We find out the reason why the Whitebeard pirates didn't march into Wano is strictly because of the amount of casualties. Kaido was already too locked in to Wano. So if they had came in full force and Kaido met with full force, there would be too much bloodshed to warrant, avenging their friend. I don't think that's what Odin would have wanted. So that's the reason they didn't go. Ace fights against this, saying that, if he just goes by himself, then it'll be a small strike force, and, it'll be easy. I'll handle it. And Whitebeard gets mad. The two of them duke it out a little. But both Izo and Marco tell him, hey, if you ever do get strong enough and go, take us with you. Which is why it's pretty cool that, in the long scheme of things, Ace's little brother Luffy is the one that takes them to Wano and helps them, and they're going to take out Kaido together, not only avenging Odin, but carrying on Ace's will. A little side note, I thought it was kind of funny about Blackbeard saying, oh, I know how much you want to take on a big shot, trust me. And it's kind of like a wink to the camera, because, yeah, Blackbeard knows a thing or two about taking on a big shot, and, now he's the 4th Emperor of the Sea out of, the 4 that are there. The chapter's ending is the part that I kind of, made the whole, hey, walk out of the room, go read the chapter yourself. This is the part I wanted to talk about the most. We see Zeus and Prometheus are fully charged. I'm going to guess Prometheus ate some of Kaido's fire. Zeus has been eating the thunder clouds that I believe Kaido produced himself. So we know that through Kaido's abilities, he can recharge Big Mom's 2 best homies. No offense, Napoleon. But Big Mom tells him, okay, looks like it's just the 2 of us up here. We got a little bit of a moment to talk. Feel free to kill Straw Hat. Feel free to kill, the samurai and, all the other members of Luffy's crew. But we have to leave Nico Robin alive. This is terrifying because Robin is heading up there right now. She's going to be one of the first few that get up there if nothing else impedes her progress up the stairs. Although, if they're going up the stairs, then they're going to run into Sanji with Black Maria. This may be a 3-on-1 in a different location. More on that later when we actually get to it. But Big Mom tells Kaido, Robin's the one that can read the poneglyphs. We need her alive. And Kaido even tells her, whoa, what about your 3-eye daughter with the thing? And she goes, Pudding's taking too long. I'm not getting any younger. Pudding hasn't awoken her ability. We'll just skip to the part where we grab Nico Robin and force her to read it for us. On that note, where are you dropping this giant thing? And that's a legitimate question to ask. Hey, Kaido, we're on a giant floating island. Where are you plopping this? And Kaido tells her, I'm putting it in the flower capital. And she goes, oh, it's going to be a lot of dead people. They're having a festival there. And he goes, yeah, I can get more slaves and stuff. And she goes, so if you're not if you're not, afraid of destroying that place, is that not where you keep your road poneglyph? And he goes, hey, you're getting a little ahead of yourself there, don't you think? Shouldn't you betray me after we take out our enemies? And she goes, what? Me? That hurts. That hurts, Kaido. I still think of you as my little brother. The day the Rocks Pirates fell, I gave you the mythical version of the fish fruit. I just want to say that again. Big Mom, the day the Rocks Pirates fell, which is like 40 years ago, she gave Kaido the mythical fish fruit. He's not a dragon. He's not a man. He's not even a duck. Look it up. It's a reference. Kaido is a fish. Kaido is a fish. He's a fish. He's a fish. He's a fish. He's a fish. It breaks the rules. Does it break the rules? Can Kaido swim? Is that why Kaido can't drown? I mean, yes, we've seen fishmen with devil fruit powers, but we haven't seen someone who could turn into a fish. It seems like a useless devil fruit, because fish can't live on land. So, as a fish, your only option is to go into the water, which would paralyze you, because that's how devil fruits are supposed to work. Is it a devil fruit that breaks the rules? What's more than that is a lot of people, agree. I've seen it online. I thought of it when I first read it. Is it based on the legend of the koi fish, where if they make it all the way to the top of the waterfall, they descend and become a dragon? Even my brother, who doesn't even read One Piece, he just listens to me babble on about it. He even said, well, is that like that awakening thing? Boom! The awakening version of the fish fruit turns you into a dragon. What if Kaido is a man who ate the fish fruit, and the awakening is why he's a dragon? It's insane. He's a fish. He shouldn't be a fish, but he's a fish. And I know, I shouldn't be getting this excited about it, but Kaido's a fish. And I felt a little proud of myself to try, with the little theory reference that I have here. But this leads to so many implications, especially since Yamato, a few chapters ago, this was pointed out to me, that she was starting to like grow fangs. She was starting to transform. Does Yamato have a devil fruit of her own? Or is Kaido a dragon who ate the fish fruit? His middle form is what we see all the time. It's just a cross between a dragon and a fish, and Yamato is just a dragon like her dad. Or does she have a completely different power? Going back to what I was saying before, though, with the power of the fish fruit, Kaido eliminated the one weakness that all devil fruit users share, if that's how the fish fruit works. I just like saying fish fruit, if I'm being honest. But the amount of implication this has, the rules are broken again, which the rules were broken. Actually, every Yonko has broken some kind of devil fruit rule. Like, I mean, I guess we haven't seen anything with Shanks yet, and I'm sure Whitebeard ate his through normal means, but if Kaido ate a devil fruit that allows the user to swim, he broke the rules. Blackbeard, with the ability to eat 2 devil fruits, or at least gain the power of 2 devil fruits, he broke the rules. And Big Mom, I don't know if anyone would count this, but the implication that Big Mom ate the previous user of the Soul fruit and gained the power through that method, maybe that broke the rules. I may just be blathering on right now. But Kaido, that's not what I expected to hear his devil fruit was called. I thought it was just going to be like, the dragon fruit. Like there was no model like all the dinosaurs. But if Kaido ate the fish fruit and awoken it into a draconic form, then maybe Yamato ate the dragon fruit. And that's the dragon that Momonosuke's devil fruit is based on. But that's got to be the reason why Kaido's invincible. That's got to be it. I mean, it even said he tried to drown himself, but it didn't work. He may not see this as a gift, like Big Mom keeps saying to him, that, I gave you that gift, I saved your life, I gave you the power of the fish fruit. I should probably get to the end of the chapter. So after that, the two of them talk for a little bit more, and they reaffirm their decision that by working together with the power of the fish fruit and by sticking together, they are going to conquer the world and find the One Piece. The big thing to take away from here is Robin is in trouble because she's targeted again. But then again, who isn't after Robin? And the even bigger implication here, well, even bigger than that, Ace, his ties to Wano are getting even closer to Luffy's. And then finally, Kaido, we know his devil fruit now, and we know it is an intense one. Kaido's a fish. I just like saying that, if I'm being honest. Kaido is a fish. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. This is the Hero of Julios, Xing out. Kaido is a fish!